Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. I'm Get Good Guy, and a new set of challenges for the Tides of War are just around the corner for Battlefield 5. And so that means there's going to be a new reward to unlock, the Ross Rifle Mark III, which is a bolt-action rifle for the Recon class. I'm bringing this video to you just before the challenges are available, so you can take a look at what the requirements are, listen to my tips, and start to work out the best path for you to take to get your hands on this new rifle. If you want to see how long is left before the challenges are available for you, you can do so by checking the in-game timer, or perhaps they're already live by the time you're watching this. Regardless, I hope this unlock guide helps you out. Now, this week's challenges are honestly about as easy as I can imagine them being, but you guys keep asking for these guides, so I'll just keep making them for as long as people watch them. And I do have a few pointers here and there that should help most people out. Now, a quick point before we start though, I'm working under the assumption that the challenges will function in the manner that the descriptions indicate, as with previous weeks, or at least most of the time in previous weeks. But if you find you can't complete certain things on certain game modes due to poor descriptions or bugs, which are both entirely possible, then simply select the challenge each time you want to complete one and play whatever the matchmaker selects for you. And so, with that all said, here's my guide for unlocking the Ross rifle fast. As ever, we have a challenge tree to work through. You don't have to complete every challenge, just choose the path through that works best for you. We'll start with the first challenge, and one that everyone does have to complete, the objective. Capture, arm, or disarm one objective. So a positive thing about this week is there are lots of challenges that actually encourage people to play the objective. Yes, this is a great thing. And this challenge is an example of that. It essentially means just complete anything that you can give a squad order for. So capture an objective in Conquest, disarm or armor bomb in Rush, etc, etc. So pick the modes you're most comfortable with and play objectively. Actively try to focus on completing those objectives. Honestly, just capturing an objective in something like the aforementioned Conquest or maybe Domination seems like the easiest way to go about it. You just run to a flag at the start of the game and that should be enough for most of you to get it done. Now we come to a choice of two paths. We'll take the top one first. Shoot for the stars. Deal 400 damage to airplanes. So your main options here are to shoot at planes from tanks. The Valentine AA and the Flak Panzer are both specifically designed for this, but you can use whatever you like. Or you could use the plane itself to deal damage to other planes, such as with the Spitfire for example. Or you could try to take them out with explosives, such as with the Panzerfaust. Or you could use incendiary bullets on something like the VGO for example, to deal double damage to airplanes. But while all of those options can deal big damage quickly if you're good with them, they're also much more specialized. The more reliable option for many, as you've been seeing from the footage, will likely be to just use an anti-air gun and plug away at passing planes. So play something like Conquest, sit on one of these and fire away. Or we have the second path, Mud Wrestler. Kill 3 enemies with melee weapons or bayonets. So if you want to use a bayonet for this challenge, then you have the option of equipping one via the specializations on certain weapons. Those weapons being the M1907 SF of the Assault class, the MP34 of the Medic class, the FG42 and the M1897 of the Support class, the Lee Enfield, the Gewehr M95, the Krag Jorgensen, the Kar98K and the RSC of the Recon class. Or of course you could just use a conventional melee weapon. This will actually be the better course of action for most players, as very few have experience of using a bayonet on BF5. And you can take advantage of the very quiet footsteps in the game by walking or crouch running, which won't work to the same extent with a bayonet. So you can creep up on people. My advice would be to try to flank a lot and catch the enemy unaware. Plus, smoke to conceal your movement can be a great idea as well. Now with one of those two challenges completed, we come to Eyes on the Prize. Earn 3,500 objective score. So this is a nice one as there's no time limit. You can just accumulate the score as you're playing. It's very basic. Just be objective focused. Capture those flags, disarm those bombs, etc, etc. Playing with an organized squad often helps you to achieve more, but if not, just try to stay close to your teammates when possible, as long as they're moving towards objective areas. Now do remember to join a random squad if you don't have one of your own, and mark those objectives if you're the squad leader, to encourage your squad to back you up in defending or attacking it. Basically, if you play correctly and as a team player, you'll get this done in no time. Just focus on the objectives and mark them accordingly. Now we do have a bonus challenge that doesn't need to be completed, but will grant you extra chapter rank XP, and it's unlocked by completing Eyes on the Prize or just Mud Wrestler earlier on if you take that path. It's called Toy Box. unlocks. Resupply using ammo crates or resupply your teammates using ammo crates 15 times. So firstly, the ammo crates are supposedly fixed now and won't fall through the map, which is encouraging for this challenge. But secondly, a lot of players don't pick up ammo off these crates, and even less people choose to actually run them. So your best bet here in my mind is to play with friends, as many of you run the crates as possible, and you'll complete this extremely quickly. If not, then select the crate and just keep dropping it near allies. Eventually you'll get it completed. Or follow around any supports that you notice are running the crate and just keep using theirs. I'm just adding this in afterwards. I don't know if they're going to let you take in from your own crate count towards it, but try it out, see if it does. If so, then great, that's really easy. If not, then just do what I've already said. Alright, back to the video. Onwards, and we come to another choice of two paths. The top one is Grand Operations focused, and the bottom one is much more open and honestly, I think just super easy. So we'll go for that path first. One-man army. Kill or suppress 7 enemies in 1 life. I don't need to say very much here, do I? You can either play very passively or just shoot at anything that moves, but focus on staying alive. Playing as a medic or sticking near to a medic can obviously aid you in this, but I'm sure the vast majority of you will get this done without really thinking about it if you just play for a while. Or some of you will just lie down with an MMG or LMG and suppress anyone you see. I guess the choice is yours how you want to go about this. Then we have Second Wind. Capture, arm or disarm 2 objectives in 1 life. So essentially a repeat of the very first challenge but doubled up. This is likely going to be even more comparatively easy to focus on objectives than bombs. And use the tips I have for the first challenge. Plus maybe run as a medic or at least stay close to one. By the way, Conquest provides a great opportunity to capture a couple of objectives without dying at the start of the game, especially if you're quick about it and maybe use a vehicle. But there is still the top path if you like Grand Operations, and there really aren't any substantial tips for either of these challenges. The first one is Long Road Ahead. Earn 2000 score in Grand Operations. Very simple, just play it. Join a squad, use your class abilities, mark objectives, and be objective focused. Then we have Grand Ambitions. Win 2 days in Grand Operations. So literally just play it. Do the best you can to influence the game, but basically, just hope your team wins. You'll get this done passively just by playing anyway, although it may be quicker if you again play with an organised squad. And with one of those 2 paths completed, we come to our final challenge. Primary priority. Capture, arm or disarm 6 objectives. Absolutely no pressure here, no time or life limit. So you can just play to get it done. Apply what I've said for previous similar challenges, and this should be very easy. And with all of that done, you've now unlocked the Ross Rifle Mark III. Congratulations, you can claim it from the armory. And so, that's my fast unlock guide for the Ross Rifle. I hope it helps you out, and I produce guides like this on a regular basis. So if you enjoyed this one, then feel free to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join my Discord server. In the description and my pinned comment. Here's the Board of Awesome for the epic people who support the channel on Patreon. Special thanks to Rob P, who is our new latest Patreon supporter. You're an absolute legend. But all of these people are absolute heroes, and I love them all deeply and often. If you want to join them on the Board of Awesome, the links to the Patreon page is in the description and my pinned comment. And with that all said, I'm Get Good Guy, and I'll see you next time. Laters.